up and went to the bathroom to go look at it, and the tip of my finger was like literally blue from how tight I had it wrapped up. And then like once I took the wrap off, it felt so much better. So I think that like extreme pain was just like my circulation being cut off, not even the actual injury. I don't know. It was like so painful. I felt like someone was stabbing my hand, and I think it was all just my own fault for how tight I wrapped it, not even the actual slamming it. But now that I took all the bandage and stuff off, I don't think it'll heal properly either. Yeah, I love the lash lift so much. I want to keep doing it every month. But yeah, the girl who did it is just like a follower of mine, and she just started doing it. She's only like been working on people like for free, so I think that's why she asked me to come in to try to like get clients and stuff. So I made a video for her, and she has so many clients now. Like she posted her schedule on her story, and she's like fully booked for the next 2 weeks. And she's honestly like really good for a newbie. And since she's new, she charges like way less than the average eyelash lift place in LA. So good for everyone that's going to her while she's still really affordable. What do I do for work? I have a full-time job for a pharmaceutical company. I took last week off because I needed to use my PTO days before a certain date, and it felt so nice to just cosplay being unemployed for a week. Every time I do that, like every time I take a week off for vacation or something, and then you go back, it's like the worst feeling ever, because you got a taste of what the good life is like, and it just makes it so much worse to go back. I have like a full-time corporate job. I work in project management for a pharmaceutical communications company. It's a really boring, specific, random job. It's just the first job I got when I graduated, and it's fully remote, so I stick with it. And like I just don't have any passion to like even look for another job. Like I simply just don't even care. I'm just like, whatever, I work my little job. I work New York hours, so I work 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. in LA, and then when I'm in New York, it's 9 to 5. So I kind of, even though I have to wake up so early here, I kind of like that I finish early, because like even today I finished like right at 2. I didn't have that much work to do. And I got to just like shower, lay down, go on TikTok live. Like if I was in New York and I got off at 5, it's just so different. Like your day is just like almost over. It's already dark outside. You only have like 4 to 5 hours until you have to go to sleep. So I kind of like my waking up at 6 a.m. I got the job just from like applying, and then I like found out from someone, like I found like a really random connection I had at the company and emailed her. But I don't think she even really helped me in any regard, honestly. I think she just got to get a bonus out of it. My first job, I started working since I was like, I don't know, maybe 15, whatever. I don't know what the legal age is to start working in New York, but I remember I wasn't that yet, because the restaurant I was working for had to like lie and say I was a year older than I was. So maybe I was either 15, I don't know what the age is. But yeah, my first job ever was at a restaurant called Tosca in the Bronx. It's now closed. It got closed because there was like a shooting there, and I think they just like were never able to recoup, and they just closed. But I was like a counter girl, so I'd like pick up the phone for to-go orders back in the day when there was no Uber Eats. That was my first job. Then I worked at a different restaurant. This restaurant still exists. It's, if any of you are from New York, there's a chain of restaurants called Patrizia's. I worked at the one in the Bronx. That one's called Patricia's. I actually was talking about this recently. So there's this restaurant chain in New York. It's in like every borough. It's called Patrizia's. And then the Bronx location spells it completely different. It's Patricia's. And our theory is that they had to turn into Patricia's because no one in the Bronx is going to be going like Patrizia's. but like people in Brooklyn and Manhattan will say Patrizia's, but no one in the Bronx is gonna say that. They're just gonna call it Patricia's. So I worked at Patricia's in the Bronx for like a long time. I was working that job like nearly all throughout high school, and then even like when I would come home over the summer from college, I would work over the summer. And then yeah, I've had several jobs, honestly. Those were like my two then I had another restaurant job. I had a restaurant in Greenwich, Connecticut, which is like a really expensive town on the East Coast. It's only like a 30-minute drive from New York City, so a lot of like people move there if they I don't know, whatever. It has really rich people and like a lot of celebrities. So when I worked at that restaurant, I saw like more interesting people. I saw Bill Nye the Science Guy. I saw Judge Judy. Who else did I see? There was someone like really famous that I saw that I can't think of. Oh, I saw Tommy Hilfiger. And at the time, I could be so making this up. It might have been a different pop star. But at the time, Tommy Hilfiger's son was dating BB Rexa, I think.